Hello, my friend. Hello. If you're watching this, chances are good that you've seen at least one or two emails come through letting you know that I'm getting ready to host another retreat in May. And what I want to do today is share a couple of experiences with you that I feel really give a better understanding of just what can happen in this type of immersive container. So when we are away on retreat, I invite people to put their devices aside. I invite people to make me their contact person, just in case anything happens at home, because, life doesn't happen in a vacuum. And also to really give themselves that space, that energetic space away, hey, sweetie, from their people. Part of the whole purpose of coming on retreat is giving ourselves time and space that doesn't require anything other than that we're just present and breathing. And so, uh, I had a woman come to my one of my retreats a couple years ago. I'm going to call her Anastasia. And Anastasia was the last one to arrive. She came in a tornado, announced herself to everybody without hesitation, and then proceeded to start asking me, what's going to happen this weekend? What time are we supposed to be getting up? When's yoga? How is everything going to happen over the course of the weekend? Is there anything that I need to be here for? What time is this happening? What time is that happening? And she really wanted to know what the agenda was. And my response, and she asked this more than once, and my response every time was, these are the times that food will be available for breakfast, brunch, and dinner. We have an early breakfast before yoga for anybody who wants to put a little something in their belly before they move. We have a brunch mid-morning, and then we have dinner early evening-ish. There will also be snacks. There's always hot drinks, cold drinks. Aside from that, I have some plans. I can't tell you exactly what time they're going to happen. Well, I don't want to miss anything. And what if I decide I want to go do this and then something else is happening? And what if I decide that I'm going to lie down and take a nap and then I miss this? And she really wanted to know. And I kept saying to her, what I know for sure is that this is when we're going to be having meals. Aside from that, I will let you know what's happening. You get to choose. Well, I don't want to miss anything. And I said, I understand. I understand. We made it through Friday night. She was a little disgruntled when she went to bed. And when she got up Saturday morning, it was already about 10 minutes, 15 minutes till yoga. And she came in a little bit of a rush and a little bit of a huff and grabbed some toast and poured herself a cup of coffee and said, well, I might as well get my yoga mat. Looks like everybody's going to do yoga. And I said, you're not required. You're welcome to join us whenever you're ready to do so. If you'd like a few minutes to just sit and have your breakfast, your nosh right now, please do. No, I'll just start when everybody else starts. And I said, okay. And she proceeded to start the class with everybody else. She got up near the end and excused herself. I'm not sure why. She didn't announce it. Nobody asked. She just got up and left the class. Um, Checked in with me again a couple times in the morning to see what was happening in the afternoon. And I just kept repeating my mantra. This is when we're having meals. Other than that, I'll be sure to tell you, you always get to choose. We got to like 3:30, 4 o'clock on Saturday afternoon, which is the first full day, the second night of the retreat. And I rang the bowl to let everybody know we were gathering. I didn't see her. I announced what we were going to be doing. I explained it to people. Folks dived in. I didn't see her. I asked a couple people. Nobody had seen her. And I thought, okay, I hope she's okay. Um, I checked the parking lot to see if she had left because I honestly wasn't sure if she had just kind of packed up her stuff and been like, I'm out. I can't stand this. And then I walked out onto the back deck of the retreat center where we stayed. And I came upon the love seat that was out on the deck, and I approached it from the back, and I could just see a leg dangling over the arm of the love seat. And I slowly walked around, gave it a wide berth because I wasn't sure if she was resting or reading or texting or fuming. I had no idea. So I walked widely around to the front of the love seat on the deck. And Anastasia had her hands behind her head and she was looking up at the sky. She had one foot dangling over the arm of the love seat. The other foot was tucked underneath that leg. She was just looking at the sky. And I looked up and I could see the clouds gently blowing through the treetops. And she said, without looking at me, "This is so beautiful." And I sat down and I said, "Yeah, it really is." We just sat there in silence for a few minutes, watching the clouds go by. We could hear the breeze in the trees. The retreat center sits literally at the base of not a mountain, but definitely a big hill. It's probably some foothill of a mountain. All woods. We could hear the wind blowing through the branches, through the leaves. We just sat and we watched the clouds flow by. And then Anastasia said, "This was exactly what I needed. Thank you." And I said, "You're so welcome. And thank you for giving yourself exactly what you need." How does that feel? And she said, "It feels pretty amazing." Within a span of less than 24 hours, Anastasia allowed herself to step out of the role of, I need to know everything that's happening and exactly what time, put that story aside, and allowed herself to be present, to ask, what do I need? To give herself what she needed, and to really be present for the beauty that was just waiting for her to see it. I'll stop by again soon and share another story with you about that significant shift for another retreat person. Um, in the meantime, if you have any questions, if you have been saying, oh my God, that's me too, I would love to talk to you more about what the retreat might look like. The May retreat is got limited space. I'm looking for 7 women. So if you are one of those 7 women, there's a link below that says start here. It will bring you to the registration page. And from there, you can make a deposit or your full payment to save your space. And if you're like, oh my God, I got to tell my sister about this. I got to tell my best friend about this. I got to bring my cousin. Please share this with them. The more the merrier until we're full. I'm calling in 7 women. So I hope to see you there. I'm looking forward to meeting you or seeing you again. And until we see each other, however that looks, please take the very best care.